Okay, we're now joined by the Sooners of Oklahoma, head coach Lon Kruger, Buddy Hield, and Isaiah Cousins. Coach, your thoughts about this afternoon's game?
Very, very hard-fought game. I thought Bakersfield, for 35 minutes, if it didn't outplay us, certainly played even. And I thought, Coach Barnes always does a great job. His teams are always very well prepared, do a terrific job defensively, and today was no surprise. It's a good first-round win. I told our guys afterwards, hey, they caused us to play less than what we'd like to, but Bakersfield did that, and appreciate winning and playing again, because it's not easy to do that, and proud of the guys for doing that. We got to figure out how to get better here in the next 48 hours to play a very good VCU club.
Okay, we'll take our first question on the right-hand side for our student athletes, if possible.
Isaiah, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. After they take the lead there in the second half, you hit a three, and then you guys come up with a turnover. You get back to the free throw line, and you guys really kind of had that spurt ability after they threatened. Can you talk about, especially with the three guards, just what you guys kept talking about to try to keep building that lead?
With the three guards, we just wanted to move the ball and make plays for each other and find the open man, because they was trapping a lot, and just having a lot of energy all night.
Got a question on the aisle?
James Hale, Sports Talk 1400, The Ref, and OU Insider. I'm curious, Buddy and Isaiah, if you could talk about closing out this game. They get within 4, and then you guys really played great for about 2.5 minutes and close out the game there at the very end. And Isaiah, if you'd start, that'd be fine. But that was a great job closing out the game tonight. What did you think about how you went about that?
I think as a team, we handled their pressure all night, and we just focused on getting stops and coming down to it, and just trying to make plays on the defense end to lead in the offense.
We've been playing in close games all year round from the Big 12 and even non-conference. So finished games that I feel like we had a little bit more experience, and guys just step up and make shots in the right moments, and we needed everybody to make plays for us, and everybody stepped up.
Question in the middle?
Gary Nemec at the Tulsa World. Buddy, you put about 3 or 4 different 9 to 10 nothing runs on them, and yet they kept answering and kept sticking around. Were you surprised with how resilient they were?
Yes, in this March, you can't really, teams going to keep fighting, nobody's going to go away, really, because you got to really put somebody away and just keep making shot after shot. And, they're a team that wouldn't go away, and they just keep fighting, and we respect that, and we just had to find a way to win. And guys like me and Isaiah was able to make down shots, and, everybody just make plays for each other, and we made plays when we needed to.
Got a question in the rear right.
Buddy, Michigan State lost as a number 2 seed more or less while you guys were playing your game. Did any awareness of that filter down to you guys? And was there any reaction for you if it did?
No, somebody just told me that after the game Michigan State lost. So, I know a couple guys at Michigan State, but we can't worry about that. We really can't worry what we can control. And, it's tough, sucks they lost, but we're on a mission. We can't worry about anybody's team.
Question on the outside left, and then we'll go to the right.
Yeah, Buddy. John Shin, Norman Transcript. You guys got off to a pretty slow start. How much of that was fighting nerves and just getting used to Bakersfield?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I expect us to, you just got to go out there and play. We got to find ways to make plays happen, and Isaiah get us a bucket, and after that, everybody should get a couple transition buckets, and everybody's gonna get a little comfortable. But I saw some games might start that. We just got to find a way and fight through the adversity and find a way to put the ball in the basket.
Question on the outside right.
Yeah, John Hoover, the franchise. Buddy and Isaiah, please. You guys and Jordan combined for 9 3-pointers. Can you describe how important guard play is, and did in March Madness in this tournament, and did we kind of see the evidence of that tonight?
Us guards, we put a lot of pressure on the offense. When the driving kick and Ryan and Dante, they find open guys. We just got to be able to step up and make the shots down for our teammates who found us open, and just keep playing with a lot of enthusiasm for each other and just playing together.
Got a question on the rear left side.
Jay Hobright, Williams Broadcasting in Enid. Game 35 tomorrow. What does it mean, Buddy, to your team to be able to play in your own backyard, so to speak?
It means a lot. And how we work so hard for this all season by competing in non-conference and in the Big 12 conference, and we put ourselves in the position to come here and be able to play in front of our fans. So helping the fans here, we got stagnant a little bit in the second half, and we needed them. And Isaiah was able to make a three, and we just feed off the energy. So helping the energy in the building, and we feel the energy around us, and give us momentum to pull out games like this.
This will be the final question for our student athletes on the right.
Hey, buddy, that sequence at about 3 minutes, Jordan hits a three on an Isaiah assist, and then you go get a block, and then that step back three. Can you just talk me through what you saw in that play and just that moment right there for you guys?
That was big, Isaiah was able to see over the defense and make a play, and they was kind of randomly trying to get the balls to Isaiah's hands all night and trying to make other player to make a play, but Isaiah was able to find Jordan. That block, it was my fault anyhow because I got back door, so I had to make up back for it. And I was able to make a shot, and coming down, Coach said me put on my back, and he was able to step back a little bit and make a shot. It was a good shot.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to let you guys go back to the locker room. If you choose to follow the athletes, you need to go through the door in the back. We'll take first coach question. We'll take it here on the aisle, and then we'll come back to the back and then over on the side.
Lon, James Hale, Sports Talk 1400, the ref. Talk about your use of your big men tonight. Mannion got in and actually played more minutes probably than he has in a while, and you talked about you might do that before the game. So what did you think how they did?
I thought they did fine. I thought AK played his minutes well. I thought Dante came in and played his minutes pretty well. Christian got early fouls and didn't have much impact on the game, but I think he'll learn from that and bounce back and play better on Sunday. But I thought the big guy stepped in and played well. Kadeem got early foul trouble, and AK stepped in and picked him up.
On the rear left.
Coach Kruger, kind of my same question to you, game 35, and you're in your backyard playing a couple of games here, and how much does it really mean not to have to go to the East Coast and come back here and then go to the West Coast, and how big of an impact is that?
It was great. We love driving down the road 20 minutes and playing. That's much better than getting on a plane and changing time zones for sure. It's great for our players, staff. It's great for the fans. Guys, have worked hard all year to maybe earn that opportunity to stay close to home, and they did that. And I thought the crowd was great today. I thought it was fantastic today, and hopefully will be similar on Sunday.
Question on the outside right.
Hey, Lon, you've obviously been playing with those three guards that are veteran all year, but to have them in tournament play like today, Coach Barnes made reference to the fact that that was what he was most worried about when he saw you guys pop up, that you guys wouldn't break. How much of a benefit is that to you guys in tournament play?
Three guys being able to handle the ball, being able to drive and kick, being able to make shots, it's always comforting because it really doesn't matter who has the ball. They're capable of either making a shot or driving and kicking and making a play for someone else. So, and two of them are seniors, and Jordan's played a lot, so that experience helps as well.
Outside right.
Yeah, Lon, John Hoover, the franchise. We've seen it before. We got a steady diet of Buddy Hield down the stretch of that game. A lot of defensive rebounds, a lot of block shots. He was very active. One time he got the ball poked away from him, and he got mad at the ref. He walked over to the ref and did this, and then he went kind of gestured like, God, that was bad. Talk about how much maybe this game meant to him. It was evident that he decided, no, we're not going to lose this game.
Buddy's passionate about everything he does, but certainly when you get to the point where for all those seniors, one bad game or one loss and it's over, probably takes on even added significance. That's typical of tournament play, especially for seniors. And Buddy's no different. He's got great passion for it and great passion for his team, and he wants to see the team play well and advance.
The outside left.
Yeah, Lon, you had 6 days to prepare for them against that press. How much did that help? And you're getting ready to play another press team on Sunday. Does that help you going into it?
I think first half we had, 4 turnovers, and yet I didn't feel like we took advantage of attacking the press like we need to. I thought they had us out of step, out of rhythm a little bit with that. I didn't think our spacing was what it needs to be coming out of practice. Like you say, had 4 days to maybe, it wasn't like they turned us over, but it wasn't like we attacked it as well as we need to or I think can do. So hopefully we'll learn from that and get better by Sunday.
Question in the middle.
Joey Helmer, OUinsider.com. Coach, you're kind of tested right off the bat by a 15 seed, and you're down the last 4 minutes. It's close there. How much can you gauge as senior leadership kind of helping you fight through that and not getting tight down the stretch in a close game like that?
It's hard to put a number to that in terms of gauging it. Obviously, you'd rather have the experience than not. It means a lot to our guys. Having lost, I think, last year in the Sweet 16, I think that's motivating. They're going to fight as hard as they can. There's no doubt about that, to avoid going out, early in the tournament, certainly in the opening round. I thought they responded well when they were pressured there in the last few minutes, both offensively and defensively. So, again, we try to do what we can to play better, during some other stretches.
Left side, middle.
Garen Amick of the Tulsa World. Lon, again, the question I asked Buddy about you went on 3 or 4 runs over the course of the game until it took the last 3 minutes for you to put them away. Was there a point earlier where you thought, okay, that's the one that surely they'll that'll be enough to decide the game?
When you go on a little run to get up 10 or 12 or whatever, you hope that you can get a stop or two to have a chance to widen it out. And to Bakersfield's credit, it seemed like every time we were in that position, they would make a shot or get a steal or whatever. And again, Coach Barnes' teams have always played with poise, composure. He's a terrific coach. Seen his teams play a lot over the years, and so not surprised that they played with that composure and discipline.
We've got a question on the outside, right, and then we'll come over to the aisle.
Lon, Mike DeCourcy from Sporting News. I'm going to imagine you weren't aware that another number 2 seed in Michigan State had lost prior to you guys. But what I wanted to know is, would it have been a mistake for someone to tell you while the game was going on?
I don't think anyone was concerned about that while our game was going on. We had our hands full, and no, we didn't know about it, nor that concerned about it.
Question on the aisle.
Coach Kruger, talk a little bit about VCU and how you're going to try to prepare your team. You're deep into the season, and I know you're concerned about fatigue at times. And so how do you prepare for a team on Sunday?
NCAA Tournament, you've got that day between, and not a lot of time in preparation, but I think Coach Hill had our preparation for VCU, and Coach Henson had the preparation for Oregon State. So we'll get back to the hotel now and sit down, and I haven't seen VCU at all, so Coach Hill's seen a bunch. So I'll sit down with him and the rest of our coaches, and we'll map out what we think gives us a chance to get a good result. So it's just like every other team in the tournament does. We delighted to have the opportunity to play. Again, it's not easy to win tournament games, and anytime you can win one in advance, we appreciate that opportunity and look forward to working to get ready for it.
Question on the aisle, and then we'll move over to the other aisle.
Clay Horning, Norman Transcript. This is a little bit on the back of Garen's question. For them to get back in the game late, I think they converted 7 of 8 possessions, and the one they missed was a blown dunk. And I'm just wondering, they made shots, but was your team struggling to play defense as long as it was still scoring? Was that a real lapse for you guys defensively?
We didn't do defensively what we needed to do to get stops. But again, the other team's trying to score too. So if they wouldn't try as hard, we'd probably be better off. But yeah, I mean, always when people score on you, you feel like it's a little combination. We didn't do what we needed to do, but sometimes you have to credit them for scrapping in a possession or getting an offensive board. But yeah, I mean, and again, that's why I think we couldn't go ahead and blow the game open, because we just couldn't get enough stops when we had those double-digit leads. But again, credit Bakersfield, and yet we got to figure out how to do it better.
This will be the final question for Coach on the right side aisle.
Eric G., the franchise in Oklahoma City. Coach, it's been mentioned a couple of times about Michigan State and Middle Tennessee. How much is there an advantage, if at all, for the lower seeds coming in and not having the expectations that a 1 or a 2 seed has?
That's the nature, being the underdog, swinging away, not having anything to lose. That contributes to upsets, no question about that. The pressure, especially getting later, midway in the second half or 6-7 minutes to go, that higher seed team, there's an expectation there that adds to the pressure on them, and perhaps, not so much on the underdog. But that's sport. That's the way it is. We've been in both roles, and I know sometimes you play a little freer as an underdog. You know, it's just the way it works. You try to get that better, higher-seeded team to play with that freedom and play with that confidence as if you're an underdog. It's not always easy to do, but that's the ideal situation.
Okay, Coach, congratulations. We'll see you.
All right.